crazies out of the government. We need our Congress for everyone's benefit. The 1%, they just take what they like. We've got to show up and vote for our rights. So vote in November. Vote, a time to remember. Vote, don't be late. Vote, don't procrastinate. It's our country, our democracy. We can't afford
How y'all doing, baby?
mediocrity.
It's Tuesday. Oh, wait, man. I'm hitting the wrong damn button. It's Tuesday. How the hell y'all doing? It's time for another family Blue Dot meeting. I am terribly sorry we're late. I had a couple people with us in the Discord channel. I kept hitting start and it kept making a dinging sound telling me, no, you can't do that. And so I challenged it to an arm wrestling duel I won, and here we are. So there it is, baby. Anyway, Dorothy Tyndall was the first one to jump in, followed by Victoria Osborne, Carolyn and John Matt Jesco. Thank you very much for being here. Mega Wet Willie's here, baby. Gary Spring, Bart Larson, the remixtress is amongst our midst, thank goodness. And Doug Schuff, how you doing, buddy? Nancy Halverson is here. Bruce Preston, Jeanette Miller. Let me see. I moved one of my camera views, so when I'm looking over here. Anyway, the Feral Female Society is amongst our midst. Jeff Curry's here. Let me see. Jeanette Miller, Bruce Preston, Linda Sandoval. There it is. I missed it. Tracy Tobias, Randy Peterson, Woo Pig, my friend Suzanne Jarrett. Thank you very much for being here. That smart-ass squaw's here. Thank goodness everybody needs a little bit of that in your life. Susan Samora, thank you for being here. Janda Schindler. I seen Mo's picture in Facebook. That a lovely dog, if I ever. I hope Luke and Lindsay are doing well. Give them my best, baby. Take care of yourself. Linda Taylor Gallup is here. Let me see. Jeanette Miller. I said that. Looking at the trees is here. Woo. Teresa Diggum, our resident artist. Everybody's here. Everybody's here. I'm in a good mood, baby. I'm in a good mood. John, why are you here? Well, I'm glad. I'm looking at the wrong damn camera again. See, that's the problem with that shit. Why? Because I hope y'all had a chance to hear Joe Biden speak up in Pennsylvania, baby. I'm fired up. What is that Obama used to say? Fired up, ready to go? I'm fired up, ready to go. I like this joke. I like this guy coming out. I like what he's talking about. He's calling them out for what they are, for what they're trying to do. He asked them straight out about the MAGA congressman. Whose side are you on, Joe asked. Whose side are you on? Because you can't say you're for law and order if you can't admit that January 6th was an insurrection against this country. Joe laid it on the line to him, baby. I'm liking this shit. I want more of that. I want more of it because it needs it. We need it. We need to stand up. Y'all heard Lindsey Graham going out there on Fox talking about if anything happens to Donnie, oh my goodness, it's going to be riots in the street. Really? A sitting senator of the United States, baby, of the great state of South Carolina, is out there. It sounds like extortion to me. I'm sorry. It sounds to me like, well, if you indict him, well, we're going to have to burn your country down here. Sorry about that. That's just the way it is. No. That's a disgrace that man even sat up there and said that shit. But look at his audience. Who's he talking to, baby? He's talking to the crowd. He's talking to them. And it's getting bad. I don't know if y'all seen it just a little while ago, a headline come off. Google has now suspended Truth Social from its platform. No more, baby. Why? Because of the violent rhetoric. And the violent rhetoric is coming from people like Lindsey Graham and the rest of these maggot Republicans who keep on pumping this bullshit up about Donnie is the king and nobody can touch the king, and if you do, what? What? That's the big question in my heart, in my head and in my heart. What? What are you planning on doing against your fellow citizens, against fellow Americans? Don't tell me, I'm with Joe, baby. Don't tell me you're a patriot. Don't tell me and wave the flag and let the eagle fly by. I don't give a shit how many Bibles you hold up. Not a patriot. You're not a Christian. You're none of that shit. You're a traitor to this country if you still support this asshole. But there are plenty that do, and Lindsey Graham is one of them. And that creates the problem. Because how long is their rhetoric going to go on before the wrong maggot hears it? Before the wrong guy is motivated by their hate? We're lucky if it's only going to be one guy. Bubba's Backyard Brigade, I'm getting the whole damn thing. Are you shitting me? That's what they're promoting. That's why Google took them down. I told you before. He's not interested in a campaign, baby. He's not out there pulling rallies. He's raising an army. And like I said before, when we see a storm, baby, we turn into it. We don't run from it. The storm's just going to get bigger, baby. You got to make your way through it. And that's what this country has to do. We don't know what's going to happen with Donnie Boy, but I assure you ain't nothing going to happen before the midterms. I don't think there's going to be indictments coming down before the midterms, because then everybody would scream politics. So I don't expect anything before November. We're going to have more January 6th hearings, which is going to delve into what did Kinzinger say? The money trail. Donnie stopped the steel scam. And who else was involved in that, Lindsey Graham? Yeah, where the money went and how they used it. So we got a whole lot more. We got a whole lot more coming. But how much longer? So I say go, Joe. Go, Joe needs to keep hammering this point. Call them out for what they're doing and what they're saying. I don't know what Lindsey Graham's problem is. He's got his ass in a crack down in Georgia. He's a sitting senator. He cannot face a grand jury because he'll be under oath. And he would have to lie. That is the only excuse I can hear from him. I don't want to hear any bullshit about senatorial rights and privileges. I was just doing my job. Bullshit. If you were just doing your job, then speak the truth. Your job's covered. That's it. Ain't no problem there. There is a problem. There's a problem within the Republican Party, and they better start fixing it. I don't know how they're going to do that. As long as they allow this draft dodging con man piece of dirtbag shit that ended up in our White House, which my wife reminds me that's the real tragedy, that he was in our house at all. We knew who he was before he came in here, and we've been justified ever since the day he stepped foot in there. His mold and his bullshit has been spread all over. I don't know how many. Who's that Secret Service guy? Too many names in my head. Just quit. Resign. Secret Service. Tony Ornato, the guy that was Secret Service and then went to work for Donnie. Guy that explained to Cassidy Hutchinson about Donnie going for the clavicles. Yeah, all of a sudden he's gone. Anyway, let's see who wants to come in and join the conversation. Let me see. I want to, well, wait, before we get going, I see who I want to get in here real quick. As Andy Paguda would call him, the incomparable Bill joins, who works tirelessly to further this progress, to keep everybody, to get people registered, and to keep Bill, how the hell are you doing? I can't.
I'm doing well. I listened to part of your conversation in the Blue Room, and then I come in here and throw my hand up real quick because I have to take off. I have a 8 o'clock phone call coming in about 15 minutes. But what a good day today, Joe. Joe knocked it out of the park, my friend.
I did. Yeah, I got your message, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did I write back?
That was a
No,
good
I didn't.
speech. No, but that's okay. That's fine. I understand you're busy like me. I had like 2 minutes. I'm going to text John. I hope you got to see it.
Yes, I did. I did. And as a matter of fact,
I posted a little 3 or 4 minute thing from my dispatch. I did highlights of it, and we're commenting about it's nice to see Joe put the gloves on. You know.
You bet. You bet. I'm loving this Joe. He's and it's the right direction, I think.
You were just mentioning Tony Arnado. By the way, he has agreed to talk to the January 6th committee, by the way.
Well, look at there. Maybe he's got a little bit more to say this time than he did last time.
Maybe he's taking Mr. Thompson's invite and saying, well, if there's something you forgot, maybe you better come in and talk to us. So, you know.
I can't remember who it was. A Congresswoman she's on the January 6th committee. I can't remember which one she was. I mean, what her name was right now, but let me get that out of the way. She said that the next committee meetings are going to be entertaining. Well, she didn't use the word entertaining. Interesting, because more people have come forward, and the more people that come forward, it stimulates other people to come forward, and they've had a dam burst of people come forward.
The two congresswomen I remember saying things were Bill Lofgren of California and Miss Lurie from Virginia. Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it was the lady from California. I remember now.
The other thing that happened today was Mr. Gorbachev passed away at 91 years old. 91. You know, when we were in there, I'm like a lot of other people. Damn, I thought he was already gone. I didn't know he was still alive.
Off the flat. A lot of us, you know, he was the big player until Putin came around. He was the last big leader of the Soviet Union, as you and I remember it. Yep. Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to say hi. I am free on Thursday, so maybe I will come on and sit around a while if I'm lucky enough to get on the show. I know you have a bunch of people, and there was 8 or 10 in if I see you in there, Bill, we'll jerk you right up in here, brother. But we appreciate any time you get a chance to get in here.
We're in a pretty tight race. Like, well, I won't say Fetterman. Fetterman's like a gazillion points. I had Oz at this point, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So we're hanging in there. We got Tim Ryan winning. We're winning in Wisconsin, North Carolina. Looks like Val Deming is up a couple points in Florida now.
I'm loving the Val Deming things. I'm loving that.
Oh, man.
I would love to see.
For her to beat Ruby Hill. Oh, my God.
That would be something.
Oh, and by the way, one last comment. I have a comment for, and I made it on a podcast this morning, but a comment to Mr. Lindsey Graham. With all due respect, sir, there won't be riots in the street. Because most Americans don't want to shoot each other. What there will be in the street if Donnie gets indicted is some pretty heavy dancing and maybe a little drinking. So you can take your riots and shove it up your ass.
Shove it up your ass. And you know, Bill, if it happens, it's going to be treated like any other one. Law enforcement will move in and do their job.
Yep.
That's what it is.
What kind of leader of any state, well, I don't care if you're mayor or city council, to have a senior senator stand up and say, well, if you indict Donnie, we're going to riot. Really?
Yeah.
Kind of bullshit.
It's his responsibility to temper that shit down.
Yeah.
You know, that's his job. But he's got a new job nowadays.
Yeah.
And it's crawling up Donnie's butt. And I really would love to know what Donnie has on him.
I can't wait. I'm just wondering who's going to pull the trigger first. Is it going to be Georgia? Is it going to be the D.C. District Court that has 3 grand juries meeting right now? Or is it going to be New York? I mean, who's going to pull the trigger first? That man's got a lot of shit going on.
I hope they're having a race, Bill. Let's see who can get him first. Shit. Hell yes.
I think you're right. with that DOJ ruling, they're probably going to wait till right after November 8th, and then boom, 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 boom.
I really don't think they're going to do anything before the midterms, because it would throw that air of they could just go nuts with it's political, and all that shit.
Right. Yeah. It would give the political football, which is in our hands right now. Joe's knocking them out of the park.
But Ladybug Graham can go kiss my ass. She can go pack it up her. No, she's just being disgusting.
Yeah. I used to think that Donnie Trump and Tucker Carlson were my two most punchable faces. I have changed my mind, and I moved Lindsey Graham in the first place.
Yeah, he's really shown himself to be a scumbag. And again, you have to wonder what the hell happened, because right after the insurrection, he's out there talking about, I'm done, we had a good ride, I'm out of here, and that's it. And then next thing you know, boom, he's right back up Donnie's butt.
We call him, here in the Carolinas, he's known as Windy Graham. Whatever way the fucking wind's blowing, that's the way he is, Windy Graham, man.
Well, that's the way I'm looking at the whole damn Republican Party, because I'm looking at them because here lately I saw a story about how many of them in the primaries were pro-life, 100%, no exceptions, nothing, blah blah blah, and now after the primaries and they won, they backed off on their messaging on their websites. They've taken off a lot of their stance and more talking like, well, they should have an exception. No, it's anything to get their ass elected. There's no integrity amongst that group.
Oh, that's for sure, my friend. Anyway, I just got my little 5-minute bleep, so I got to jump on this thing here. But you got a bunch of people wanting to come in, and thank you so much. And Thursday, I will come by and spend a little time with you.
Outstanding, Bill. Thank you very much, and we appreciate the fight, buddy, that you're showing.
Hey, it's just part of my job, buddy. I just try to stay out of trouble and keep my nose clean.
There you go. Move forward, brother. Move forward.
Positive things for people. It's all about doing things for the people and making right for everybody, not just one class of people.
We got to take everybody, buddy. We don't leave nobody behind.
Well, we're the party of inclusion. I mean, that's the way it is. I don't care who you are. If you're on our team, you're welcome. I don't care what religion you are, what color you are.
We don't put an asterisk on anybody's ass. So,
amen.
Bill, take care of yourself.
Take care, Blue Dot.
All right, love you, brother.
Y'all.
Take care.
Yep.
Well, we have Aussie Dave and Mr. Chick in here. How y'all doing?
Yo, we all fine. How are you, Mr. Chick? You all fine?
You okay? Mr.
You
Chick.
okay, baby? Uh-oh. Hello.
We done lost Mr. Chick.
Hello.
She must have walked away.
I don't know. Look,
how are you doing?
I'll start off with saying, Bill Jones, you bugger, you took the wind out of my sails. He said exactly what I was going to open with, about how disgusting that the senators can threaten their own country with violence. They're not patriots, they are fucking terrorists.
And let's not mess around. That's exactly what Lindsey's doing. And he knew who he was talking to. He was on Fox.
And Trump ramping up his rhetoric, he's getting more threatening. I mean, Merrick Garland's got a lot of patience here to wait till after the midterms, but I'm sure he's sitting there with his fingers gripping the arms of his chairs, just squeezing the chair, saying, day after the midterms, boys, day after the midterms. I can see headlines. I do see headlines every now and then in my head. I have to check the YouTube because it may be happening that the FBI have raided 17 or 18 or 19 or 20 of these senators' houses and arrested 20 of them.
I would love to see that headline.
Down the gang.
Yep. There's Ron Johnson's up there at the top of my list. He's the asshole that was senator up in Wisconsin. He was on the ticket this year, and Mandela Barnes is running against him. He was going to be the one to slip the fake voters, the fake electors, to Mike Pence.
Yeah, but he's denied that.
Yeah.
He's denied that.
Yeah, well, he can deny it all day long.
The two aides are fighting over that. Apparently, he had his aide contact.
Ain't that a sleazeball? Can't take the beat yourself, so you're blaming on your aide. Well, that wasn't me. It was him.
Yes. They are learning, aren't they? They are learning. This is a true gangster mob. It's not the GOP. The GOP died a couple of years ago. I think the GOP just fell in a hole. And the genuine GOPers, the ones who are true conservatives, that care about the country,
Right.
there's probably 30% of them left. And they're the Kissingers and all those. They would be the ones, along with Liz Cheney, rebuilding the GOP, but it has to be rebuilt from the ground up. It is broken. Trump has done what he's known to do. He's touched it. He's broken it.
Yeah. Yeah. He's broken it big time, and he keeps trying to break it into smaller pieces.
Yes. And they're acting like cornered animals, Sean. They're all acting with this threats of violence. This is what cornered animals that are injured, that know they're going to die. This is what they do. They crash out like this.
Isn't it sad? Tells you the degree that Google is now going to suspend Trump Truth Social.
Yes.
That tells you how bad that's getting. That chatter over there on that
Google,
side. Huh?
You can still type into Google lie and liar, and he's the first image that comes up. Trump. And lots of other things you can type in there, and his image comes up. And they're not very nice things. But also what did come to my notice 2 days ago, which was only just after the last show, it's been discovered that Trump is still holding documents. He's still got documents. Even after the raid.
Even after the search warrant.
Yep.
Wouldn't that be? That would be him. The National Archives are going to know. It's not like there was never a document that was created that just out of thin air. There was an agency that created a document. It's recorded. It's recorded when it went to the White House. When it went to the White House, if it wasn't brought back, it's still on the list as at the White House or in the president's position. It's there. He can't hide any of it. Because they'll eventually figure out that you're still holding back out. And what does that say if he is? It just I can't get
what we already know.
That's it. I can't get over the fact that we know who we're dealing with. He screwed this country over in a heartbeat. He could sell this country out in a blink of an eye, and it would not bother him a bit. Tell me
these GOPers, not GOPers, I won't call them that. These cultists that say, they're picking on Trump. They're picking on Trump. Let's face it. This is a first for America, and
it is.
You can't set an example of if you're president, you're above the law, because you know what that would do to the country.
And that is exactly what Lindsey Graham is saying. If you charge him, we're going to put rioters in the street. Well, what do you want us to do? Just turn our back and say, admit that everybody has to adhere to the law except Trump? No, kiss my ass.
Mob rules. That's what they're saying. Mob law.
Yeah.
Those with the biggest mob win.
It's a nice country you have here. It'd be a shame something happened to it.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they're saying.
That going on.
And he can kiss my ass.
You need to get back to days of decent politics where there's respect between the two parties, and they tried to work together.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think
those days
back
are gone.
What government? Yeah, I mean, what was the last
we need to get back to that
had,
somehow.
What was the last time that the two leaders of both parties were sort of did get on, reasonably well? I mean, how far do you go back before you find two people that were leader of their parties that sort of had the country at heart? Yeah. The GOP's been so greedy for decades. Greed? See, I don't know whether... Look, it's greed. This is all about greed, because it all boils down to one thing. It's all about money and power.
Money. It is.
So that's greed.
It's about the money, baby. With Donnie, it's always about the money.
Not for the people.
No.
How dare they ask Americans to fight for their crimes?
We're going to get to that money part here. Let me send out speaking of money, let me thank Mark Perkins, who came in with a $5 donation and said, when is DOJ going to subpoena Trump's phone? Fuck Trump. I think he is. Fuck, I do. I think he is.
Yeah.
Let me see. Mr. Chick, are you in here? Mr. Chick and DJ.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there you go, DJ. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you today? I wanted to ask you, is that
what? Uh-oh, I lost you.
What's going on here?
I don't know. We've been hacked.
Can you hear me?
DJ,
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. I was asking you about your right arm. Is that a scar or a cut on it or something?
Yeah.
Did you hurt yourself?
That's a. Yeah, I'm like I said the other day. John doesn't do a damn thing easy. John gets after everything, and eventually I get cut or scratched or poked or. Yeah, that was a
You're
good
your
one
own
though. That
worst
was.
enemy, mate.
Yeah, it's on both sides. Goes all the way to the other side, but it's healing up. You know.
It doesn't look good. I mean, you can see it's healing, but it looks
Yeah.
like it must have.
Yeah, I had a big bruise
Must
around
have
it.
hurt.
Yeah, well. Yeah, it hurt. Yeah, it did. I ain't gonna lie, it hurt.
Yeah.
It's, then it just, I was bleeding. That's what the problem is. I bleed too much, so.
Well,
But
if
yeah,
you're on blood thinners and you cut yourself, you're going to
Yep.
bleed profusely.
Yeah, I don't like that shit. Blood thinners, thin blood shit.
Guys, I don't think there'll be any rioting in the streets, by the way, when Trump is arrested or charged. I think there'll be a few protesters. You may get a couple that I think they're tough and challenge the police, but I do not think there'll be rioting. I think there'll be a big release of pressure. The whole country will take a big exhale of, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
Oh.
We
I'm
really
hoping
wish
on.
it was over.
That's what I'm hoping. Uh-oh, we lost Mr. Chick again.
I feel like it's a dream world and we're living through a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me see.
Well, you've got the perfect nightmare host in Donald Trump. I mean, we already said this years ago. I mean, not that everyone in this room at the moment and down in the audience has been around for as long as some of us, but in this group. But we said 6 years ago
Really?
that Donald Trump is going to destroy this country. And it's worked out exactly what we thought.
Okay.
Everyone thought it, but yet I don't think he won the election in 2016. I really don't think. I think if they investigated the election, considering Hillary got 3 million more votes, I think, along with what Mueller had to say, I don't think Donnie actually won that election. I think there was some funny business going on that, he was positioned and not elected.
Republicans have been known to do funny things for years now.
Y'all have to excuse me. My son just walked in the door and brought me 2 lumpia. So I had to taste it. Anyway, while I'm talking about that's good. If you don't know what lumpia is, it's like a Filipino egg roll. Anyway, while we're talking about food, because I was so confused and we had a problem starting the show today, I want to send out a few thank yous, and it's sitting right here. I was supposed to do this at the beginning of the show, but please forgive me while I do it now. I got mail. And I want to send out thank yous first to Tammy Ames, who sent me a bottle of 19 Crimes. Let me see. Man, my arm ain't going to let me do this. 19 Crimes. Let me turn it the right way. Oh, man, the light. And I don't know if you can see who's on that bottle. That's Snoop Dogg. That is a bottle of Cali fresh wine. It's a rosé.
What?
It's called 19 Crimes. The thing is, this one's got a picture of Snoop Dogg on the front of it. There's an app on my phone that you download, and when you aim the phone at the picture, you center the picture in the frame of it, this picture comes to life and starts talking to you. And tells you Aaron Trombley knows it is great. I want to thank Tammy Ames for sending that. She's over in Hawaii still having a grand time. And then, thank you, Tammy. I got lucky today, baby. I got another package from Donna Bonacosi up in Massachusetts, and she sent a box full of, let me see, I love this stuff, by the way. It's granola, but it's grain-free. And it's really good. It's made with honey and stuff. And I got some chocolate-covered peanuts. She sent for the cat some extreme catnip, which, oh yeah, cats are liking that shit. It was just full. I got almonds. I've got beef jerky strips. There was she included a nice little donation in there, and something else. It'll come to me.
Wasn't there?
It'll come to me.
For Jenny, wasn't
It'll
there?
come to me. So I want to thank both Tammy Ames and Donna Bonacosi both for those gifts, and I'm going to do something with the wine. I'm not just going to open it and drink it here. I want to do something. I want to see if I can get the label to come to life on the show so you can see it. It's been suggested maybe Maestro might want to partake. So anyway, we're going to see. And but I just want to send out those thank yous. I was supposed to do it at the beginning of the show, but today ain't normal. Johnny Fly, how are you?
I am doing fantastic. What about that speech?
How you like that speech?
Oh, I
Yeah,
loved it.
I got a message from Bill Jones, and but before that, I got a message from Johnny Fly, telling me, oh, he's fixing to speak because he was about an hour north of you, right?
Yeah, he's about an hour north from me.
Right.
I've been to Wilkes-Barre quite a few times. I used to party up there once in a while. So that was great. That's his old stomping ground. He was from Scranton originally.
I loved his speech.
Would you like to
Yeah.
hear some of it?
If you've got it, play some.
Do you ever think the United States what happened? What I find even more incredible is the defense of it. Cops attacked and assaulted, speared with flagpoles, sprayed with mace, stomped on, dragged, brutalized.
Yeah.
Lost their lives as a result of that day. Lost their lives. One of the officers said it was worse than anything he had experienced in war in Iraq. Let me say this to my MAGA Republican friends in Congress. Don't tell me you support law enforcement if you won't condemn what happened on the 6th.
There you go.
Don't tell me.
That was fantastic.
I loved it. And he's right. Don't tell me you're a patriot. Don't tell me you
His
beg.
numbers are going through the roof.
They're going up
Because
steadily, baby.
He's showing some balls. He's showing that
Every poll
I
that
am
comes
going to
out.
fight for you.
Well, you know, in the beginning of his speech, he was
This
kind
is
of like,
just-
you know,
this is
very
killing me.
laid back, John.
Huh?
He was very, in the beginning of his speech, when he first started out, he was kind of on the quiet side. I'm thinking, come on, Joe, you got to
He got fired up.
Yeah, he did. Something fired him up really good, and that's what I like.
Mm-mm.
And his press secretary and his chief of staff is saying, mate, that's the Joe Biden we want to see. One with a bit of fight.
That's the Joe.
right.
That's the Joe Biden we need. We need that because right now, with the bullshit that the right's putting up there, with this Civil War bullshit and the threats of violence, now is when we need to stand up for that. We need to shove it in their face. Joe's right for calling out maggot congressmen. What are you doing?
Well, you know,
and senators.
John, I heard this morning on MSNBC or something. Every time I'll hear it, and they'll say, Joe's still lagging in the polls and this and that. Where the hell have they been? He's starting to climb.
Yes.
He's done 9 points up. He's
Yeah.
9 points up.
Last time I saw, he was at 42%. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, and they said, well, he's not. The other presidents, I think they said he was like 50-some or 60-some percent. You know?
Well, look what he's done, man. He's on a roll with shit. He's gotten more done than damn near any president in recent history.
Hey,
He's moving the ball, baby.
He got a lot more done than what Trump did. Trump, the first thing, what was it? Let's ban
Tax
all
cut for the
Muslims
rich.
from the-
That's
Yeah,
what that was.
That's it.
Trump
Yeah,
had a
that's
lot
exactly
of perks
what
for
he
a
got.
president, but they were all bad.
And 3 Supreme Court picks.
The problem
That's
is,
the
every time Biden
devastating
has done
part of
something,
what we got out of him.
every time Biden has done something really good, that's worth the nation celebrating and got a policy through, fucking Trump does something and sucks energy out of the good news and buries Biden's good work.
Well, Trump's
You know?
Trump's own thing was, good news or bad news. If it's news about you, it's good. He loves being in the news. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad. We can all be bad mouthing ass. He'd still love it.
He's just been whining all day on that truth.
Yeah, truth
He's just
social.
been whining like a baby.
Well, that's all he's got, is to sit out there and do that. Because that's him. He's gonna keep that shit up. Because that's all he's got. He's gonna. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. Look, they're all picking on me, witch hunt, and all this other bullshit. It's all about him.
Yeah.
But that's who his supporters believe him. The die-hard maggots. But again,
John,
we're not talking half the country. Huh?
I figured out why his maggots follow him. Do you remember the movie The Tingler from 1959?
The Tingler?
I can't hear you, so I don't know if I'm talking
The Tingler?
That sounds like a
yes, I think I do. The thing that got inside of you.
Controlled you.
Yes.
I think he's got little creatures like that get on the back of your spinal cord.
It must be.
And that makes you a maggot.
Well, what are you supposed to do? Scream, right? You're supposed to scream. Scream as loud as you can. Yes, I remember that
Exactly,
movie.
and they'll fall off.
See, now you're getting back into the time when I used to watch movies when I was a kid. Let me thank Teresa Diggum, our resident artist, came in with a $2 donation and said, "The Joe I know, go dark, Brendan. You bet your ass." Thank you, Teresa. We appreciate it tremendously. It's last
John,
day of the month for you to get in on this month's. Yeah. Huh?
Did she send you a picture of somewhere in Hawaii, there's a beautiful palm tree? I got a picture today. Oh, was that beautiful? I wrote it. I said, I think of stuff like this when it's in the dead of winter. Beautiful.
Picture? What was the picture of?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I forget what the name of it was, but it just showed palm trees and stuff. Maybe if she's on there, she might mention it. I don't have my Facebook up right off the
All I
bat,
gotta do is go down to the bayfront. I got palm trees all over the place down there, buddy. This is called the Texas Riviera. Yep. That's where I live.
The thing is to keep that heat. We
On the
finally
Texas
got rain
Riviera.
today. Oh boy, I'll tell you, we had a series of storms come through, and it downpoured. Then I thought, well,
I told you today we were getting rain too today. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Well, we needed it too, but I thought,
rain.
well, I'm going to go down and get the paper. I was starting to get dark in the west again. We had a series of storms come through, few with lightning and stuff. And I just about got in front of my doorway and it poured buckets of lightning. I got in, yeah.
Timothy reminds us that Biden has gotten the most done since Johnson, who passed the Civil Rights Act, Medicare, and Medicaid. Joe Biden has gotten more done in the first 2 years since Johnson. That says something.
He's done a lot.
But what dominates the news? Donnie Boy. Treason. Insurrection.
Yeah, exactly.
Traitors. That's what dominates the news. So, yeah. But I think it's slowly but surely that news is getting around. Things are getting better. Gas prices are down. I'm damn near down to $2.98, I think, in town. So
that's
we're dropping, and the economy is steadied out and not going down the tubes as bad. So we're still going to have high prices to deal with, but
if the Federal Reserve would leave
business.
the economy
That's
alone,
not
we'd be
Biden.
a lot better.
When prices, I told y'all the other day, it pissed me off. Lipton tea, I've been buying the same Lipton tea bags forever. Yeah, I went from 24 bags a box to 22 bags a box. You little assholes, you done cheated me out of 2 bags of tea.
That's the way they do it.
That's the way they do it. I'm not going to get my 24 bags back. Prices go up fast, but they don't want to turn loose of that profit. When fuel prices come down and the cost of transporting those goods comes down, they're not going to pass that on so quick. They want to get that.
I don't know. I think it was DJ. I think you mentioned something about you wish that the Federal Reserve would leave the interest rates alone. I agree. I don't think they should be so quick.
Go ahead. They're literally fucking the economy
David Robinson.
all over the place.
Yeah. I don't think they should be too quick. Maybe
hope
give
Sally's
it,
Don't tell me they aren't partisan.
Yeah. Not
give it
much.
some time, give it some time and see what happens, but don't be so quick to, okay, we need to raise the interest rates.
Yeah.
See what,
Federal
it's
Reserve.
starting to go down.
The thing
Yeah.
about the Federal Reserve is they think that they're somehow tied to the economy, but they're not. In reality, there's not a thing that they do that can affect the economy.
Well, just
except
their
Oh, I
voice has
don't
been
know.
trying to
higher interest rates.
manipulate the economy forever, is all.
They're
Who
trying.
was
Well,
that
yeah.
previous?
They say hide and duck and cover, everybody duck and covers.
They're
Who
trying.
was
They're
that?
trying to slow down. If you make money so easily accessible to large corporations, they're going to take all they can get.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
trying to slow that down.
Who
And-
was that? I think his name was Greenspan, the previous
Yeah.
Yeah.
chairman.
Alan
I
Green.
remember
I know
Alan Greenspan.
everything he would say. It used to piss me off though. This is when I was working yet. And he'd say something that would be looking good. Next thing you know, bing, the stocks would drop, and then we had problems with employment. Sometimes I used to think to myself, shut the hell up already, So I don't know. I think they do have some influence.
No,
Well, the economy runs on expendable income. When people start holding their expendable income for necessities, the economy goes bad.
yeah. If you
Yeah.
don't have the money to go have fun a little bit, then yeah. And
That's what it is.
And
And
now
the
everybody,
Federal Reserve-
every dime you have, just about nowadays, goes to making sure you can make it to the next month. That's the way it is in my world.
And the Federal Reserve has nothing to do with that.
They can do all they want over there. It's not going to affect me a bit.
If they raising the interest rates hurts us even more.
Well, my right now is windstorm went up. Windstorm insurance went up, so it makes my house payment go up, and it's that slow creep of shit. Your electric bill is probably high this month because it's been hot as hell all over the place. So yeah, everybody's suffering with everything. It is hitting us. So it has a damper on it, but it is climbing out. And there are.
I was not even using my gas, and my gas bill was $200.
Yeah.
Not even using gas right now.
I try very hard not to use my truck. The only time I use my truck, because it sucks money out of my wallet when I start it, is to go get hay and feed, which I'm not going to throw hay in the back of Mommy's new little car there. And
I try not to drive if I can avoid it.
Well, I try to stay home as much as I can nowadays, but I'm itching to get back out and do some campaign events. I was really looking forward to Beto O'Rourke coming down there. He got that bacterial infection. I couldn't, he didn't make it down there, so I didn't get to go, and I was all cranked up for it. But he's going to reschedule. He's going to come back down here. I want to be there.
Bring it over here. I'll try.
How are his numbers looking, John?
His numbers are looking good. He's still trailing Abbott by just like 2 points. Some polls have him even. So he's still, but I got faith in him.
He's within the range of error. It could be.
They were talking on the news about the this red wave is crashing a little early. And it wasn't but a few months ago we were all talking about the damn sure that the Republicans were going to take the House, and they were threatening the Senate. And where are we now? It's leaning Democrat. The Senate, we're looking at maybe picking up at least two, maybe 3 or 4 seats in the Senate.
I hope so.
And in the House, it's not looking because what Mitch McConnell said, the quality of their candidates. There's a bunch of whack
One
jobs.
Republican strategist calls it the red puddle now.
There you go.
Well, you know what, though, John? More than ever, even though it's starting to look good, we cannot give up. We have to, all the more, get out there, make sure people are registered.
Let off the gas. We got to push toward November.
Exactly.
Oh,
We need to keep the pressure up. Joe needs to keep doing exactly what he was doing today. Keep that pressure going, baby.
Oh,
You
well,
need to
we're
vote
looking
as
at all
well.
the glamorous candidates. We got to remember the ones that really count. We got to watch the Supreme Court people. and we have to watch the Secretary of State people.
Yeah, those
There
are
are
the people who are going to
30
be controlling the elections.
There
in
are
the states.
30 states holding Supreme Court elections this year, and there are 85 Supreme Court seats that are to be reelected or elected this year out of 344. 64 are being held by nonpartisan or supposedly nonpartisan. 13 are definitely Republicans and 8 are definitely Democrats. I've been doing some homework on that, right?
Right.
And I can't go through all 30 states in one night, but I can give you a couple states a night.
What do you got?
Well, alphabetically, Alabama.
Right.
Alabama has 2 seats up. And they have 9 justices in their Supreme Court. Not all the states have the same number, but it's always an odd number.
Right.
And
Yeah,
let's see, they have 2 up. And right now it looks like Democrat Anita Kelly against Republican Greg Cook, who is a strong Republican.
Is this covering the House of Representatives?
I'm talking about the
this is
Supreme Court.
And
The
remember,
state Supreme Court of
y'all
Alabama.
remember what Mitch McConnell thinks about that. Mitch McConnell's book, The Long Game. Mostly, he speaks about the courts across the country, state courts, baby. That's where the power lies. So if they can stack the courts, both in the federal system across and state courts. Well,
And this isn't even the smaller courts. This is just the Supreme Court of the state.
Of the state.
There's
They're
smaller
setting it up.
courts
They're
too.
setting it up so
They also-
also that they only have to challenge the election, and they've got the Supreme Court on their side. They've won.
Yeah.
Right,
what they're
and in
doing.
tandem, we
Yeah.
have to watch the Secretary of State in each of these states.
Because
And
they'll control
Alabama
in Alabama.
Currently has Farrell. I don't know if he's getting challenged or if he's stepping down. I can't remember. I'd have to look that back up. But we do have a Democrat running for Secretary of State in Alabama, Pamela J. And excuse me if I pronounce it wrong. Lafitte, Laffitte, I think,
Right.
or Tie.
Interesting.
And a
Don't get me
Republican, Wes
lying.
Allen. But we also, in that same state, have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that will be up for re-election in 2025. So we can't just worry about this election. We have to worry about
this
the
is a
following
long-term
one.
thing. This is
It's a long
I think
of
most
these
of
people-
us got involved heavily in 2016 when Donnie Boy came down the escalator and we went, oh shit, he couldn't get
Right.
in, and then he got in.
And this whole 9 justices here, with the one retiring, I guess, and
Right.
one's an incumbent, but they're all very strong Republicans. Every single one of them
Well,
are
Alabama's pretty
considered
red.
strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking that we'll get many gains in Alabama.
Now Arizona has 3 seats up.
No,
7
Arizona.
justices, 3 seats up.
Yeah, I
Um,
worked in Huntsville for a while, and it as red gets.
Arizona also has the Secretary of State up.
That guy, yeah.
Katie Hobbs is currently the Secretary of State, and they have Democratic nominee of Adrian Fontes, Fontes, I don't know, and then a Republican is Mark Fincham.
That guy. I think he's the trumper. He's
Probably.
the election denier, I think. There are several of them. I think Arizona's one. Several states where the Secretary of State for the state is running, and they're full-blown trumpers. They're election deniers. And what do you do
Yeah.
when the guy that's in charge of your elections doesn't believe in elections, doesn't believe that they're...
And then they send it to their Supreme Court that's loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds
So
like
we
a
gotta
rigged
watch
system
both of
there,
these.
huh?
Yeah, we got to watch
There's
both
more.
of these
That's how
things.
come never has it been this, it just seems like deja vu. You say this over and over ever since this asshole came on the scene. This is the most important election of our lifetime. really, because we thought it was when Trump got elected, we thought, oh shit, we all got to wake up, we got to get woke. Ain't that what they make fun of us? And in 2018, we took the midterms, baby. People started getting angry at this hassle. In 2020 coming along, we took the White House, baby. Now it's ours. But it's being challenged right now. That's what I mean the other day. In 24, we're going to pick the captain of the ship. But in 22, we're going to set the course. And I don't want the Republicans having their hand on the till, baby. The direction they want to go in, that's, like Joe says, full-ass fascism, baby.
Well, and they're all put in there in different ways, too. Like Arizona, for instance, is appointed by the governor. He will appoint them. They can be or they can be a justice for 2 years. And then after that, the next general election, they're up for what they call retention. And then the voters decide whether they stay.
Yeah.
And then they have 6 years.
I don't use that.
Well, in Pennsylvania, Mastriano, I think, I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think
this one?
the
Help as much
governor,
as I can, but I'm not sure exactly what you're doing.
the governor
I'm giving that
will
count. I
appoint
keep
the
talking.
You're going to have to mute, DJ.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm
There you
here.
go.
I was
Sorry,
going to
Johnny.
say,
You were saying, Johnny?
I think the governor appoints the Secretary of State. I'm not sure. If so, if Mastriano would get in, we're in deep shit.
That's how come you can't let Mastriano in.
That's
He's
right.
a full-blown whack job anyway. Full-blown
I haven't
Trump.
gotten all the way to Pennsylvania yet, but,
Well,
I'm working
did
through
you-
the alphabet.
Fetterman's looking good, baby. I think Shapiro.
He's looking real
I think
good.
Shapiro's going to come through, and Fetterman's damn near he's going to beat Oz. Like
Well, he's going to blow him out of the water.
oh yeah.
Well, Oz is defeating himself every time Oz opens his mouth. He's another Trump. He puts his foot in his own mouth. The guy's an idiot. I don't know how he made all that money. I tell you what.
Well, remember who we're dealing
I know
with.
Oprah's not happy.
He doesn't.
Didn't he
Oprah's
sell a
not
bunch
happy.
of bogus health products or something on the TV?
Oprah.
Oz?
He knows who his market is.
Sold them on Oprah? Is that what it was?
That's right.
He knows who his market is. Donnie knows who his market is. It's the maggots. They don't give a shit about legislation. They don't give a shit about anything. They love him because he's one of them. You know, good people on both sides, that kind of shit.
He's a puppet master, John, and he's pulling the strings. That's the way he wants to.
Right before when we were having difficulties at the Discord group, I forgot to mute my mic and I was sitting there cranking some stuff. Anyway, I let them listen to this. This is who Fox voters are.
Hi, Roger Ailes from Motel Fox. You know, the oldest adages are the best, and the one we like to live by here is the classic, there's a sucker born every minute. Now, it turns out the man who said that wasn't actually P.T. Barnum, but nobody remembers that. At Motel Fox, we really don't care who said what, just that there's a sucker born every minute. While you're traveling up and down your cable channels and want a nice, comfortable place to relax and not have your intellect challenged, remember, we have more suckers, that is viewers, than all the other cable news circuses. And if you'll stop in this week, besides a bearded lady and a fat man, you'll find we'll give you twice the amount of Benghazi, all for no extra charge. So leave your troubles and your ability for critical thought at home and come to Motel Fox. We'll leave the right wing on for you.
That's his
That
audience.
sounds right.
That's his
it.
audience. They don't give a shit about anything. They only care about the emotion of America. And what they define that is not where we live. Huh?
They're saying Donnie's going to be re-elected. Donnie will be president in October, some date in October now, that there's a Supreme Court who's got some secret stuff they've been holding on to. And now Donald's asking for a new election because the Supreme Court has got some secret stuff. Another conspiracy to take
he said he
attention
doesn't
away
care.
from Biden.
Yes.
Donnie said he doesn't care how, but he wants a new election. He doesn't care who authorizes
he
their
put
how
out
it's
one
done.
of his little truths talking about that we need to declare the 2020 election null and void because of irreparable damage to the electoral system. It was unfair, and we need to do it again, and he'd win, and all that shit.
He's gone for an insanity plea. He's just
gone
himself up for insanity
batshit
plea.
nuts. He's gone off the deep end.
It's caused irreparable damage.
But the
Yes,
farther
yeah.
he goes off that
Exactly.
edge, the more his minions love it. They love it.
I know.
You know. But again, always remind yourself of the percentage of the population we're talking about. We're not talking about when you hear these congressmen, when Joe said the Republicans were semi-fascist, he's pissing off half the country. No, not half. Not half.
He said MAGA.
Yeah.
He said MAGA. He said the MAGA extremists.
The MAGA extremists,
He didn't say the GOP followers.
But that's what the pundits came back with. All the little talking heads, the congressman came back. You're calling all of half of America that.
One of the
not.
maggots called Biden a fascist socialist.
Now they're just
Those
pulling
are
shit out of
mutually
their
exclusive.
ass.
Yeah.
You know,
They're mutually exclusive.
Wait a minute. Can you be a fascist socialist?
that's what I was trying to think.
I don't think he can be.
Do they even
I
know
don't
what those
I
words
don't think
mean?
that's possible.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
The
I
way
don't
you
think
used
so
them,
either.
they're mutually exclusive.
It doesn't
You're one
matter.
or the
It
other.
sounds good,
They're
and they'll sell it
exact
to the
opposites.
maggots. They'll
They
believe,
have
yeah,
more
it's
dictionary
democratic
than I do.
fascism. That's what it is. And you'll be hearing it next time you hear on Fox News or something. They'll probably be quoting it or something.
Did you hear the clip of George Stephanopoulos when he was talking to Roy Blunt, the senator from Missouri?
No, I haven't
Who was
heard.
kind of
The
going,
idiot from Missouri.
well, right, but he was kind of like, well, you know, that little thing you did, where-
Yeah.
right, where, well, maybe he shouldn't have taken some of those things to the Mar-a-Lago, and what about Hillary's email?
Hillary's emails. You know what the difference is? Hillary's house was not served a search warrant. She turned over the server that they were concerned about.
Here, have it.
Yeah, she said, "Here you go. There's the server right there. Go ahead and have it. Knock yourself out."
And she showed up and talked to him for 13 hours.
Yes.
And they committed the same offence they accused her of as soon as they got in the office. They all had their private servers. The family, especially Ivanka, they done the same thing. They were.
But Hillary didn't have anything on there. All the
Yeah.
stuff that Hillary had
all
was
that was for nothing.
basically nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, all it did was hurt her numbers, and that little shit cost her that election.
I think you're right, John.
Yes.
I think you're absolutely right.
That little
And
shit
that was
that the
plan.
FBI did right there at the end when Comey came out and said, "Well, we're going to have to look into this shit again." Yeah,
And
that screwed her right
that was
there.
to
All about timing.
Yeah.
It really is.
John,
sink the election,
I
to
John,
sink
I
her
just
chances.
wanna-
So every time you hear a
wanna-
Republican talk that shit, tell them to stuff it up their ass.
I just want to
Well,
let
they
you
have-
know, John,
Yes.
Asgard has his hand up.
Oh,
Asgard,
let me look
I
at
don't
it.
know.
I see.
He
I
had
see.
it- Yeah. He had it up for a while. I
Oh,
hope he
sorry.
hears it.
He might have fallen
Oh,
asleep.
I'm sure his arm's aching now.
There he
Yeah.
is.
Asgard,
Oh,
how
yeah.
are you?
I'm good. Can you guys hear me?
Oh
I
yeah.
can hear you fine.
How is Spock, my
Okay.
friend?
He just woke up from a nap, chased the imaginary birds in his dreams.
Oh, there you go.
Aw.
Today, Little Bit was out there on the counter, laying down, and I turned on my iPad to one of those cat videos where it's just there's fish swimming around on your iPad, little
Yeah.
goldfish. So I just laid it right there, and sure enough, she was on it. She played with that for a while until she laid down next to it. Well, she laid down next to it, went to sleep, but not because of the fish. It was because of Donna Bonicosi. Uh-huh. You know what this little
the
package says?
catnip.
It says extreme catnip. Oh, I'm at the wrong camera. Look at there.
Oh, boy.
See, it says
And,
extreme catnip. That was in the box. And boy, howdy shit, man. It's
Did it wind you up?
It did at first and then conked her. They say it's different. Well, how is it explained? Somebody said it was like indica or sativa. If they smell it and roll on it, it's more like a sativa. They get all hyper. Let's play. But if they eat it, it's more like an indica, and they just want to lay down and go to sleep.
There's also different strains of catnip. It has the exact same effect if you look at brain scans.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for the poor X-ray or MRI technician that had to figure out how to get the cat into the MRI machine
Yeah.
so they could do
but
the
that
brain
was fun.
scan.
I don't know. It
they
smells
give
like
catnip
quality
first.
catnip
You
to me.
sedate it.
But
You knock it out.
they basically found out that the weed and catnip have the exact same effect on catnip has the exact same effect on cats weed does on humans.
Have you heard the recent the scientific information that was put out about weed? That
No.
there are now more weed smokers than there are tobacco smokers in this country.
I did hear that.
And yes, there are more pot smokers in this country than there are cigarette smokers, and the percentage of people thinking that it should be legalized is now at 68%. 68% of the country thinks
Newsflash,
that
there's always been that many smokers.
yeah, this is
They're just now telling you about
the
it.
number of tobacco smokers is going down, and thank goodness I'm one of them. But it's going down. Did Jenny? Yes, Jenny popped up there. Good, my thing is fixed.
It didn't ding though.
Yeah, it did. I heard it ding.
I didn't.
And then I looked up and saw Jenny up there. Let me thank. Hold on. Let me thank Lady Freedom Rocks, who just came in with a $2 donation, and said for the treat budget. Well, thank you, darling. We go through treats here. Are you shitting me? We did get hooked up this time because Donna sent a couple little things of Fancy Feast, which is real expensive little cans of cat food, the catnip, and then this I've never seen them. It's a little tube thing. You break off one end and squeeze out this stuff, and it's really, I don't know. It's like crack.
It's like cat go-gurt.
Yeah, it's cat crack, is what I figured.
I've always thought of it as like those go-gurt
on it
sticks
like
they
a
used to sell.
heartbeat, man. I'm
What's
telling
it
you.
taste like, John?
I don't know, but I damn near thought it was yogurt. I said, I'm glad I looked at that because it's for the cat. Yes, because I was over there. She said albums. I'm loving this granola stuff. This stuff is just, I like that shit. That's
John,
good stuff.
and one of the reasons I had my hand up is I think this is what I was talking about the last time I called in about the fact that I'm convinced that the Republican Party is dying, and they know it. They just don't want to let their followers know it. Because it's the same thing as when you try to tell a spoiled 5-year-old Santa isn't real and they throw a fucking tantrum.
Yeah.
And the Republicans realize they're going to lose power eventually, especially because of the overstep on Roe versus Wade. Because you don't piss off half a fucking country in the
More than half, buddy. More than half.
That's right. Women vote.
Yeah. And most of them women are married to men. If you piss off mama, I don't know about your house. I try hard not to piss mom off. You know?
Yeah, true. And the thing is that
I like a president who doesn't wear ass wipe on his shoe. Yeah, me too.
But what I think is happening is the reason they're not telling their followers is because they also realize their followers are A, fucking stupid, B, fucking uneducated, and C, fucking heavily armed.
There's a problem.
And
sorry, y'all.
Those three things in combination with someone shattering all of your hopes and dreams of your white utopia is going to cause one of these or a bunch of these nutbags to lose their goddamn minds.
Do you remember Alfred E. Newman from Mad Magazine?
Oh, yeah. Who don't remember
Oh,
Alfred?
yeah.
Well, that's the Republican Party. What? Me worry?
They need the rest. If they're not worried, that gives us more reason to be more worried about it. We should be worried. I'm sorry, I'm trying to choke down a bite of lumpia.
I just found out in Missouri we have what's called the 51st Missouri Militia in Green Valley, Missouri.
Pray tell, what is that?
I'm going to guess it involves white hoods.
It involves Bubba's Backyard Brigade. That's what it is.
Exactly. They get dressed in their fatigues. They go out and run around like idiots.
Yeah.
And then
I have a question for every one of them fucking
and what I want to
patriots.
know is when they started,
who you going to shoot?
Gave the colonel the rank of colonel?
Who they going to shoot?
The rank of captain? Did they just say, "Oh, I want to be a captain"?
Yeah. Yeah, basically, it would be just who stood up and said it. All right, I'm in charge here. Y'all get in line over here. This is what we're going to do. That's the guy right there. Just whoever's the biggest loudmouth. That's who it would be. But my big question to him is what's your plan?
And they run an obstacle course, and they're really, they
tell me your plan when you're doing that. Who are you going to shoot? And in the meantime, why don't you play that patriotic music in the background, have the flag waving and an eagle fly by? Make it real fucking, real good. And sell your shit, because whatever it is you're selling is a pile of shit.
What Ron DeSantis done? Hey, we like Ron DeSantis done. Ron DeSantis with his Top Gun bullshit.
It's, oh, man, come on. Really? Top Gun.
Is that a joke?
Top Gun.
Joke?
It is a joke to the rest of us, but not to him. But that's who he thinks he is. And that's who he's trying to appeal to. And to a certain part of our population, they're going to go, ooh, yeah, I saw the movie. That's him.
You had one guy,
just like Tom Cruise.
A couple of months ago doing the Rambo, hunting rhinos with the bursting into the house. He was a Rambo, so you had Top Gun, Rambo. What's next?
Yeah.
Well, I think they may be training for another January 6th meeting. What do you think?
Oh,
it's Oz up there in Pennsylvania who put out a commercial saying that the Second Amendment was for an over-intrusive government. That's why you need a gun, for an over-intrusive government.
Maybe
That's
he'll pop
Oz's.
out of a clown car or something.
Yeah, that's maybe good for Turkey.
Yeah, but Dr. Oz left that unspoken.
That's their language right now. They're pumping that
Dr.
shit.
Dr. Oz left a part of that sentence off, unless you're a woman.
Yeah, well, as soon as Dr. Oz figures out where he lives, he might have a shot doing something. I think he needs to go back to TV doctrine.
You talk about what country, John?
Yeah,
Well,
he's
what country?
What country? Yeah, exactly.
One at a time, guys.
Thank you. Yeah, we're
Mom.
It's I'm with Joe. Whose side are you on, man? That's exactly how you need to put it to the Republic. Whose side are you on? Because that's what they're doing. They're threatening our democracy if we do anything to Trump. Are you shitting me?
One person in this country I really wish we could deport?
I don't want to deport
or
him.
just send him to another fucking country so he's their problem now.
Who?
And it's not Trump, it's Dinesh D'Souza.
Who's Dinesh D'Souza?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
He's that fake Republican documentarian, the little weaselly looking Indian American dude who propped up the big lie and makes all these fake documentaries for Fox.
Oh,
okay.
That's how come I don't know about him.
Right,
I don't watch Fox. I never watch it. Anything you hear me quoting Fox, I heard from a rerun. A play on it. It's in the news. Did you hear what Fox said? Let's go to the news. Oh, look at it. That's what Fox said. It said something stupid. That's a surprise. It's I don't watch that shit.
You remember that 2020 documentary they made about the big lie? That was Dinesh D'Souza.
Well, how'd that work?
And it was a 2020 documentary?
Was that the one about the mules?
Oh, is that the 2,000 mules? Don Cheeto, he had one before.
Okay, I am familiar with that.
Don Cheeto said he has one before 2,000 mules.
Oh,
that's ridiculous.
It is.
The
but
guy's basically a bullshit
It
mill.
sells over on that side because, like they will tell Fox, there's a sucker born every minute, and most of them now are Trump maggots.
Yeah, but I don't think there's that many suckers in America.
I don't think
really
so.
Don't.
I don't either. And just like Asgard said, or somebody said just a minute ago, the Republican Party's killing itself. It's split right now between the conservatives who still have a brain in their head and this maggot group who think they're going to ride Trump's coattails to, I don't know, they want to be Minister of Justice or something, or Minister of
they want to be Minister of Gilead.
They can't control that half. They can't. They're
but they
out
better.
of control. They've lost control if
they
ever had it.
And one thing that people fail to realize, and this is especially within the Republican Party, and it's the whole Jaguars eating faces conundrum. You can't control crazy. These people thought they were smarter than their base.
Yeah.
That they could control this uneducated base because they were convinced that uneducated people are easier to control.
But now we have politicians placating to the ignorant masses and acting as ignorant as they are. They are agreeing with the ignorance of the masses just to get their vote.
And they use the internet to dumb them down.
Yes.
But
The internet has dumbed down the masses.
Yeah.
Can I please finish my
Yeah.
thought?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, sorry.
One of the biggest things about that whole conundrum is the simple fact that when you deal with stupidity for 40 years and you make that the mainstay of your ideology, eventually the stupid takes over because the smart people die off. The ones who actually could control the party through either charisma or control, and then you're left with nothing but the distilled stupid you've spent 40 years creating. And that's what we're viewing now.
Well, you know what?
Just describe the maggots.
Yes.
What I find fascinating, like my brother now, he's a diehard Trumper, and my one cousin's the same way. But, you know, there used to be, in this country, you would think that people could look at these guys and like, man, something's wrong with them. They're off. You know, they shouldn't even be running. Now, all of a sudden, it's like they're opening the door real wide to them. Oh, man, man, like my brother said the other day, oh, you know, I don't have time for this stuff, and you know, this and that. If you want to believe what you want to believe, you can do it. It's like, what the hell?
They're not interested in learning the truth about anything. They have their truth in their head. They got it off Truth Social, and it says it right there in the title. It's the truth. So
not even. I don't even think it's that, John. What I think it is, and this is from my time studying psychology, is it's the Dunning-Kruger effect on roids. These people are so uneducated, so intellectually vapid, they don't understand that they are.
Well,
they're convinced they're convinced that they're the smartest people on earth, and that they know everything, and they want simple answers to complicated questions because complicated answers to complicated questions confuse them.
And what do we call people who think of themselves that way?
Fuckwits.
Delusional would be a good answer.
Delusional,
Idiots would be another one.
But you know what? What I'm trying to say is, my brother went to college. I've even told him. I said, Jim, I can't believe you. You went to college, got a college education, and you believe this bullshit that you're putting out. Are you real?
And that's another interesting thing I found when I did my psychology studies in college itself. Someone did a study after the guys who did the Dunning-Kruger effect study in the early 90s, who did a study to see how the Dunning-Kruger effect broke down based upon both ideological and educational lines. And they found out that the Dunning-Kruger effect is actually far more substantial within the academic community and within college graduates.
I believe that.
Because once you've gotten your degree, you become so convinced in your logical infallibility and superiority to others, especially if you have a master's or higher, that the chance of you running into someone suffering from the Dunning-Kruger effect is about 75% in anyone above with a master's degree.
Yeah.
And so that's the reason why you end up with like people in high-ranking positions with like 5 degrees who have a hard time understanding how to work fucking email.
Yeah.
There's a recent study in psychology that was published. I don't know. I read the article maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and the real result of that study was that if you tell people and prove to them that a lie is a lie, they'll still believe it.
They'll actually dig in harder.
Dig in harder.
If you challenge what their core belief is, and that's what we're seeing with Donnie. They fell in love with Donnie. Okay, they love Donnie. Everything Donnie does is great. He's the greatest president ever. He tells them all the time, "I'm your favorite president." They believe him. Once he has that, everything else that we talk about is superfluous bullshit to them. It doesn't matter. Your argument doesn't matter. Your facts don't matter. Nothing. It's just it's white noise in the background. You're not going to change that. The only ones that we can go after are those that are still have a conservative thought, who can still distinguish at a certain point, enough is enough. This is so much bullshit out of one guy. You're shooting yourself in the foot. And that's what we're seeing right now with the divide between the Republicans right now, the conservatives and the maggots. And right now, the conservatives need to step up and tell the maggot congressman that Joe was talking to, get your shit together.
And John, there's another psychological reason I'm convinced of about why they keep kissing Donnie's ass.
Oh,
in almost every
can't
case
be
of
because
every
it
one
tastes
of the...
good.
every single one of these, every single one of these individuals, if you notice their psychology and the way they talk and act, almost every single one of them, if you listen to the way they describe their father figures, they're abusive, domineering, controlling, and completely destructive to their psychological health as a child. They spent their entire life. They've spent their entire life chasing the approval of a father figure that was either psychologically absent, physically absent, or just didn't give a fuck about them and treated them like shit. Like if you don't stop crying, I'll hit you in the face and give you something to cry about type dads.
Fred Trump. I see smart ass.
Can I please?
Yeah, go ahead.
The biggest reason why this is an issue is because Donnie is that replacement father figure. They're not following him because they believe his bullshit. They're kissing his ass knowing he's lying to them, specifically because of the fact that they're hoping they could win his approval so he will be the father figure they never had.
I'm sorry, I don't want Donnie. The chat going on right now is about I think Smart Ass Squaw brought up the fact that he told them who he was. He plagiarized that poem. You knew I was a snake when you took me in. He knows who he's dealing with. He understands that. Yeah, go ahead.
He's saying, John, what they want to hear.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's manipulation.
He is validating their own bigotry, their own racism, their own hatred, whatever it is that is on that side. That's how come he just came out with the little bullshit here recently. Well, it's not Joe Biden in charge. It's Obama. Oh, the black guy. Oh, it's the black guy. So he's trying to hit that racist tone again. Oh, look at there, guys. Look at there. The black guy's in charge again. Rile him up.
He's bringing out all the ammunition.
Anything he can get, he's going to try to.
There's the laptop. There's, Hey,
it worked in 2016.
Yeah. Emails.
It's Hillary. It's Obama. It's everything. It's Hunter Biden's laptop. It's everything, and that's what they'll use. Is it relevant to what's happening? Not a bit. Not a bit. Is it relevant to him running off with documents down to Mar-a-Lago? No. We should be more concerned with what the hell was he doing with them.
And who saw him.
Yeah.
It's a revenge thing, John. It's a revenge thing. And if they would win the House back, the first thing they're going to be doing is what? They're going to be having hearings and they're going to impeach Joe Biden. It's a revenge thing. It has nothing to do with what's going on in our country as far as the economy and everything else.
Let's take a pause and welcome Linda Gallup. Linda, are you with us?
Howdy.
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Linda.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. You've been around a long time. Yes, you sound fine.
Since the beginning. I've been here since, I'd say the beginning.
I know.
Pretty much. Yep, I have.
Yeah, but I can't hardly say your name without saying the Taylor part. That's the way.
Okay.
That's the way it's written. That's the way it's in my head, Linda Taylor Gallup.
That's the way that's my name.
Nice
There
to
you
meet
go.
you, Linda.
Linda's been since the early beginnings of the Blue Dot family. Yeah.
Well, I remember when.
That's 6 years, Linda. You know that, don't you?
I know. I remember when you called Mar-a-Lago. I laughed so hard. That
Yeah,
was great.
Mar-a-Lago. Oh, yes, I did. That's right. We called him on the phone.
That's
Got
right.
somebody, too. Yeah.
Did you do that live, John? How
Yes, I
I
did.
miss that?
I think I
it's
did.
funny.
Linda, where are you from?
I'm in Missouri right now. For now.
Right now?
Which city?
Thinking about moving, are you?
Oh yeah, I've only lived here. I've lived here too long, but I'm from Colorado, from all over.
Oh.
But we had to move here because my kid was sick with Down syndrome. She's couldn't breathe, and we wanted to go back to D.C. and I ended up here. Yeah, and saying, "Oh, it's just temporary." It's just temporary.
Well, it's beautiful countryside up there. It is.
Is it
It's
red
pretty.
or blue?
Oh.
Is Missouri red or
Well,
blue?
Missouri has some really
Red.
I would say it's
famous
red.
hospitals for all
Red?
kinds of ailments.
On
it's
a scale,
place
it would be
of
red.
medical
Red.
expertise.
Well, I
Well,
live.
then, if it's red, what's your opinion on Linda's point of view? What's her feeling about the state in the last, since the January 6 hearings have started? Has her state changed, or does her state feel more blue? Is there more support for Trump or less support for Trump? I'd like to know how Missouri's going in that
My
respect.
opinion, it's
Is
going
there
to
a
be.
gut feeling?
It's red. It's going to stay red, and we've got what's his name, Eric Schmidt, who
Yes.
the guy with the blowtorch. Oh yeah.
Oh.
You know what?
But he lost the primary, didn't he?
Oh, he won.
Well, no, that was
Big
Greitens who lost the primary.
Greitens is the one. Now, DJ, is that you from Missouri too?
I live in Missouri. I have a house in Missouri and a house in Michigan, and I work in Missouri.
Okay, because I live in Arnold. I'm a stone's throw from the next exit where I'm at is South County. So
I'm in Herculaneum.
Wow, we are like
neighbors.
We're pretty close.
10 miles apart at most.
This Blue Dot family is closer than you think.
Yeah. So, but I've been here. But we've always tinkered. We're going to buy a house in Illinois, and I thought 2 years ago, going, well, let's just wait because I didn't want to change doctors and so and so. Her doctor that I really liked retired. And then I thought, well, I know Trump will be gone, so let's have some hope here. And then all of a sudden, here comes the January 6th, blah, 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 and just craziness. And I loved Lucas Coons, who was running. And all of a sudden, Trudy Bush puts her name in and wins for the Democrats last minute. Really don't trust her. And I see it staying red. This guy is what's his name? Eric Schmidt. Come on, a blowtorch? Really? Oh, my God. Yeah, America first, he says. America first here, so we'll be out of here.
Yeah.
It seems to be working to attract the lunatics, doesn't it?
I swear, if Texas reelects Greg Abbott,
the Bush candidate.
How does she feel about Trudy Bush Valentine, then? Your wife?
She went to school with her, and she kind of, I think, feels sorry with her because she was widowed. Something happened to her husband. I don't know what it was. And she raised 6 children by herself.
Mm.
I heard that, but I just think it's very suspicious that she just joined in the 11th hour. And Lucas Coons is a great guy.
I donated to Coons. I donated money to his campaign.
Love him. And Bernie Sanders endorsed him, and so did Robert Reich.
Oh,
and
there you go.
Yeah.
He would have been great. So I told him on his Facebook page, I said, hey, you didn't win now, but be like Beto. I said, you remind me of Beto and Joe Kennedy III. Be like Beto. You didn't get the Senate.
Get out there.
Governor, because 2 years from now, Parsons, get him out of there. He can't run again.
Well, I am so proud of Beto O'Rourke, the way he's running his campaign.
I love him. I saw the FU thing, and good for him.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
He tries to
shut that. He's a great candidate.
And he doesn't do it just, fuck you and walk away. He engages them, and he is, again, out there, And I noticed today Biden was up there. And good for him that he brought up the assault weapons ban.
Yeah.
Let's don't be afraid to talk about the fucking issues of what's facing this country. But here in Texas, that's the issue. That is the issue. The Second Amendment. Their gun is more important than anything in there. Yeah, but when your gun is more precious to you than your own family, or any your God, or anything else in your life, you're a sick individual. And when I see these yo-yos dressed up with their flak jackets on and their helmets on and their canteen and their extra clips and every fucking thing else, they got the big knife down there, in case they got to do hand-to-hand. It's sick. You're a sick fucking individual. You want to play games, baby? Go join up, baby. There's a recruiter right down the fucking street that'll snatch your ass up. Navy. You want to, you want to go play the real game. Go play the fucking real game. And when you get done with that, come back and try to build a better America because you'll be tired
John,
of
is Beto coming back? Is he going to come back to Corpus Christi soon? Or
yes.
What?
Yes, he's going to come back. He put out a message that he is going to reschedule as soon as he can, but he evidently got a bacterial infection, and he got pretty sick. So he had to cancel not just Corpus, but the one previous to
Several stops he canceled. Yeah. But you know what he's got that other candidates don't have? Personality.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. And when he speaks, he engages you. He really does. He engages the audience
every time. You
want
to listen to him.
Yes. Yes, you're brought into it because he'll pump you up. And he's not talking to just Democrats. He's not. That's the thing about Beto. He'll tell them real quick, that we all live here together. We got to bring this shit together. We got to figure this shit out. You want the wheels to just stop because we're all pissed off at each other? We still have to get things done.
He's good at challenging people. He makes them think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, indeed, indeed, indeed.
So do we have a 2 for
He
blue?
engages
Oh,
the
Lord.
people, and he shows he's got empathy, and that's very important to have empathy.
He does.
Because that
He does.
lets the people know
He's
that
authentic.
you are connecting with them. You are connecting, and when someone
And that's
objects
what Beto
to
O'Rourke is doing
what
too.
he says, he gives them a voice. He gives them he says okay, and then he will answer them. He won't just, like you said, write them off as being idiots. Those ones that heckled him, the 2 times I've seen, he handled them both so well that the people just shut up. They just knew they were stuffed. And the number of people I've seen come out of his talks, I'll call them talks because they are like talks. They're not dictating. The people say, I've changed my mind. I like the guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with him. He's converted a few people. And Midas Touch have a few videos of people being interviewed coming out from Beto O'Rourke's talks.
Republicans.
And they've turned, yes.
Yeah.
They had the wrong impression of Beto O'Rourke. They listened to
I saw a
Fox
video of people who voted for Trump saying they're going to vote for Beto.
Because if you listen to Beto O'Rourke, and there he is right there, my man, then you understand that there's more to this state than guns. That's what they're pissed off about Beto O'Rourke, is because Beto O'Rourke said, I'm going to take your AR-15. And they're going to hold him to that comment, and that's how come we had that big Second Amendment thing down here. They're going to come protest and all that shit. It's because of that issue. That's the only thing they have against him. But the problem is, the current governor shows his ass to be ignorant every fucking day. So, let's get our shit together and be right about it. I'm sorry, I got confused.
think you can win this.
Hey, I can say this right this time. Yelly Man just donated 50 Norwegian crowns through Super Chat and said, I am Kim. There you go. Wait a minute. I am Kim Stramos. I'm going to mess this up. Stramosness from Bergen, Norway, and I want to invite John and family to Norway. Norway has free health care and no living on the street.
The social democracy.
A social democracy. And Yelly Man, thank you so much. I apologize. The last time you made the donation after the show, I had to go look it up. What is NOK? I'm looking like an idiot out there. I don't know what NOK is. It's a Norwegian crown. So thank you, Yelly Man. And while you're listening, yeah, baby, you want to see democratic socialism at work? Look at Scandinavia. Look at Norway. Look at Denmark. Look at Switzerland. And look at the level of the care of the society. Like she said, free healthcare. You don't have to worry about healthcare, housing, food, the basic needs, and they don't make you feel like a scumbag for accepting it. It's natural. It's just that acceptance of the need for a better society starts with all of us thing. I do.
The thing I love is they don't have a 40-hour work week.
Yes, they are more concerned with the citizen than they are of the corporation. They don't have Citizens United. They have a country that realizes that it's made up of people, and if you don't take care of all the people, then what do you got? And you got to take care of all the people up there. Look how cold it is. I would love to go to Norway. Are you shitting me? Oh man, that's one of those dreams of a lifetime. To go up there.
I don't know if it's Norway or Sweden.
And welcome to NATO, by the way. Huh?
Go ahead. I apologize.
No, Norway's one of those.
No, Norway or Sweden is the #1 democracy. Where do you think the United States falls?
We're probably down.
36.
I was going to say 37th because we ranked 37th in education. Now, where do you think Norway ranks in education?
Probably #1.
Probably way the fuck up there, in a quality education. That's what I was talking about here the other day. Is you see so many of these damn commercials on TV for come to our university, sign up right now, and we'll get you through. You'll be, you'll have your doctorate in no time, or $11,000. And it's like that we're not concerned really with the quality of the education you're going to get. We're going to get you in here. It's up to you to learn this shit. If not, get the fuck out. Here's your diploma.
Yeah,
go.
diploma mill.
It was Finland and Sweden, John, not Norway. That's right. Thank you, Mark. Well, we're working on it. We're working on it.
We'll welcome them to NATO.
It was Finland and Sweden that joined NATO, not Norway. But
yeah.
I just look at it as a peaceful place in the world. You ever seen all the pictures up there? It's gorgeous. You ever see trash on the road? No. You don't see that.
It's pretty clean. I've been to Denmark and all those places, and it's
you've been
clean.
there?
Yeah,
oh,
when I was a younger
lucky.
kid. I traveled some great places when I lived in Germany, but I was really young, but I remember it. I've been to Aunt Frank's house. So
was that military related by any chance?
Air Force.
Well, see, there you go. I traveled all over Southeast Asia when I was young, thankful to the Navy. Thankful for most of it anyway. But, yeah, the number of places that I went all over Southeast Asia in the South Pacific. But I never got to go to Europe. See, here's my story. I had, when I re-enlisted, and when I re-enlisted, they gave me $10,000 in my choice of duty. I was in a critical rate. And $10,000 back in 1974 was a lot of money. And I wanted Sigonella, Italy. Couldn't get it. And then I wanted, oh shit, no, I done forgot, somewhere else. Anyway, my second choice was no good, and I got pissed. Where else you want to go? Well, fuck, if I got to go back to the States, I want to go to some place where there's a beach. I want to go back to Corpus Christi. That's where I was when I was a kid, and that's where I came, and that's where I met my wife. And I haven't left since. So
one place I wouldn't mind visiting, but it would only be in the summer.
What?
That would be Alaska.
Oh, I've been to Alaska. My wife and I, we were both up in Alaska. We just didn't know each other. We were on different islands at the same time. My wife drove up there. I flew up there. I would have liked to have her experience. Alaska's gorgeous. No lie. It is a beautiful country up in there. Let me send out a big thank you to John Cass, who came in with a $10 donation and said it's a good day, Blue Dots. It is, and I'm getting that feeling we're going to get better and better at this shit. After Joe's, I'm serious. The first thing after I listened to Joe Biden today, excuse me, I heard Obama in my head. Fired up, ready to go. Are you fired up? Are you ready to go? You know something? After that speech today, yeah, baby, I'm fired up. Let's shove it in their ass. Let's show them who the patriots of this country are. We don't need a flag. I don't need an eagle flying behind me. Not to show my patriotism, not to do my civic duty. And that's who we are, baby. Let me. Oh yeah, I already did that. Holy shit. My day has been full, but I am so glad we got our problem fixed and we're able to come on the line and have a show. I was afraid we was going to be able to miss it, but I'm so glad we came in and made the connection. Anyway.
Can I broach another subject?
Sure.
Or can I ask the people of the room here, who do you think at Mar-a-Lago is the leaker? Is it the missus or is it Jared? Do you all any of you have a feeling on? I think it is Jared, personally.
I think it's Melania. I think she got a burn order on his ass.
Yeah, what's she going to gain from it, though? What's she going to get out of it?
I think she's in New York. I don't think she even lives Mar-a-Lago.
What I think is, she got a burn notice for Donnie.
I think what happened.
I think she's a Russian asset, and she got a burn notice on him.
I think what happened is Donnie's penchant for he wants people to know what a big shot he is. What he knows, all the secrets he knows, he knows a lot of stuff. Might not tell you all of it, but he'll tell you a little something. And somebody, whether it be in the political realm or in business or something, went in there and Donnie bragged. This is just my theory. Donnie bragged to him. Look at here. Look at this shit. I know these spies' names. Look, I got their spy names right here. I don't know where they are in this country. Nobody knows this but me. Look at that shit. Ain't I important? And then maybe whoever that was walked out of there and said, you know, this is bullshit. And contacted the FBI. There was something that precipitated the search warrant. Some event, they say, is what prompted the FBI to go to, to a judge and say that this was important enough that we couldn't wait any longer. And I think whatever what event was had to do with somebody who saw something that they knew they should not have seen. Either
Someone
information or he's bragging.
Pool staff.
Yeah. He's an idiot.
They say that the pool staff have seen the boxes. The people that work on the pool, the swimming pool, apparently they've seen the boxes.
My vote's on the cleaning staff.
Yes.
The main concern right now, and we're seeing the result of that, with the damage assessments that going on in the intel community, is he had a list of human sources, humans, people, overseas, spies, and are they safe? Are their families safe? Are all of a sudden they gone?
No.
You know, that's some serious shit that he put in danger. And we already know that there were spies that have attempted. We had one from, where was it? China. One from China. A woman from China tried to get in there. Yeah. And there's another one that was busted with photography, microfilm and all that shit.
Yeah, I think if you play the Matahari game, you could get in there.
Oh, man. Look at y'all coming in.
You know, who do you think that with the Arabs being over here recently for that golf thing? Obviously, he would have hosted them at Mar-a-Lago for meals and stuff. Do you not think that he bragged about it then?
What? Yes. He's not done bragging. Are you shitting me? He's out there pumping his chest up all over the place. He knew all the stuff. He was president. Are you shitting me? Yes, he's trying to sell that. He's trying to sell that persona of he is the president. He's still trying to sell that.
The right country would pay billions for some of that information.
Yes, for some of that information. Are you shitting me? Not just one suitcase full of Jared would be tickled to death. Let me send out a couple more thank yous. Keith Thompson, my buddy Keith up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, came in with $10 and said, the Constitution states, we the people of the United States, the right-wing nut jobs have forgotten. It is we. It is we the people of the United States, baby. We chart the course, baby. I can't get my shit together. I'm trying to click my pipe. Ain't that sad? And let me thank Leanne Geyer, who came in with a $20 donation and said, didn't get home sooner, but democracy is the best, just as the Blue Dot family. Thank you, baby. It is, baby. And thank y'all. Y'all, last day of the month, this all comes in. Like I say, I get these donations come in on the 21st of next month. And I appreciate it tremendously. That made a big difference on our... Where was I?
Well,
one of these days I'm going to figure out what the hell I'm doing when I come in here and turn this thing on. You reckon? Nah.
After 6 years, John,
I doubt it.
I would have thought you got on top of it by now.
On top of, I'm sorry.
After 6 years in front of that computer, I would have thought you would have worked it all out by now.
No. See, actually, it's the computers that screw me up. That's how come I do my rants in my shop. And I'd rather do it out there because I don't want anything around me. I have a hard time. This is what I have. When I go out to the shop, I'm still in the old-fashioned mode. I have a whiteboard, and I have written on there the things that I wanted to remember. MAGA congressman. He said MAGA congressman. I want to talk to the MAGA congressman. He asked him, whose side are you on? And there's a lot of times when I'll go to do it, if I don't write it down sometimes, I get it all up in my head and I think I'm good to go out there and do a rant. The rant's fine. But when I look at the rant, I think, oh shit, I forgot to say this, I forgot to say that. But if I sit in here in front of these computers, oh shit, no. Because this is my thing. I'm reading this chat over here. I like to try to keep up with this chat. And sometimes when y'all see me, when John goes, I'm sorry, what'd you say? Is because John's brain sometimes doesn't work when I'm actually reading. I want to get somebody's thought, who said it, and in my head. And in that moment, I can't hear you. But anyway.
And then we interrupt you constantly.
What was I saying?
Right. Squirrel.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
I don't know.
John, it's just...
I took on my shirt. Every one of you out there, it doesn't take... Any one of you could turn on your camera and do the same thing. Virginia Whitley, I bless her heart, she does the same thing. There's so many voices out there that do this, and it's hard sometimes. It's rough because you're always constantly second guessing yourself, or walking away. Damn, did I sound stupid tonight?
It's needed.
Huh?
No, it's needed. What you do is needed because people are losing faith and trust in the mainstream media. They have found, and it's a true study, that the people like yourself and the Midas Touches and all those are becoming more looked at for the news and the truth, more so than the Foxes and the CNN.
It gives us an opportunity to discuss what we see in the news every day.
Yeah, it gives a little man a voice.
And I think a whole lot of us are on the same page.
Well, see,
this just gives an outlet for us to be able to express that. Hey, I was talking.
A lot of opinion anymore.
What? What'd you say?
I said there's a lot more opinion.
I like to give you shit.
I know you do. I give it back to you.
I know you do. I know you do.
When you going to start, Johnny?
Teresa Diggum, thank you, baby. I appreciate that.
Start
huh?
What?
When are you going to start what?
Giving Johnny when you going to start giving him shit back?
Oh, whenever he wants it.
That's all right. That's all right. I'll call you.
And John.
Okay.
Yes.
When you get right down to it, at the end of the day,
huh?
I think that people can tell the difference between authenticity and at least the ones who are able to, scrape together more than a couple of brain cells. Can tell the difference between authenticity and just pure bullshit.
If you don't get anything else,
from the news.
Yeah.
If you don't get anything else here, you're getting pure authenticity. This is exactly how John is, and I'm the same way out right here as if I'm on the street with you. If it goes to if the conversation leans towards politics, then yeah, you're going to know my opinion. But I'm going to do it with a smile on my face. I don't want to attack you for being stupid, but I'm going to let you know you're stupid. Not using those words, diplomacy, doing and saying the nastiest things in the nicest way.
Hey, John, at least I can say from personal experience, you're a down-to-earth guy.
What the?
And you say what you mean and mean what you say.
Don't tell my wife that. I got her convinced I'm a star.
Okay.
I'm a star, baby. Look at that. We got wine.
Oh, sorry.
I got wine. And goodies.
John, it's one thing I was thinking on a side note, completely unrelated to our conversation.
Huh?
Is one thing I really wish I could find in my state.
What?
Or at least in the area I live in.
What?
Someplace that sells duck.
Duck? You want to eat a duck? I gave up eating duck.
I love the way it tastes, especially in. I
haven't had duck since I used to hunt when I was young.
I heard it's greasy. Is that true?
Oh, it's super greasy, but it's so delicious, especially if you use it in stir fry because you don't need to add extra oil.
It's kind of a fat.
All right, now look. You're talking to a guy that has not eaten dinner, that has 1.5 lumpia sitting right here in front of me, and I just keep wanting to sit there and eat that thing up, but I'm trying to be polite. And I have a bottle of wine in front of me, thanks to Tammy Ames, and a shitload of goodies that when I go out in the evening, this evening, I know I'm going to hit. I haven't even opened up the chocolate-covered, dark chocolate-covered peanuts yet. There's one of my weaknesses, chocolate-covered peanuts. There you go.
Well, John, Bella will tell you to wrap it up.
Yes, I need to wrap it up so I can go eat. Anyway, it has been a pleasure tonight. It has been a pleasurable day again. Thank you, Tammy Ames. Thank you, Donna Bonacosi, for the gifts. I appreciate it tremendously. Thank everybody. Oh, wait, can't go. because Leanne Geyer came in with another $20 donation and said, "Good night, all. Stay safe and vote blue, baby." Leanne, thank you very much. Thank you very much, baby. We appreciate it tremendously. It's getting close, baby. The next time we see each other, it's going to be September. You know what happens in September? We're going to start up with our, I don't even know when it starts. I'm just waiting until September. Come on, baby. I want the January 6th committees back. Let's go. It's
going to be after the big weekend.
Yeah. GOP's down. I want to kick them in the nuts. Let's go. So I'm ready to rock and roll.
We have so many people to
Huh?
November. That's
November, baby.
November.
It is coming.
Yeah, November.
November is around the corner, baby, and we're going to do it. Thank you all. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
I was just going to say, the thing that surprises me is that women in this country haven't done what the Greek women did when the Peloponnesian War was fucking in.
Don't get my wife any ideas here. I'm going to sleep.
Do you, literally, every single Greek city-state told their men as long as they kept fighting, they weren't going to get any fucking, and locked them out of their houses. And the war lasted for 2 more days before every single general met at the table in Athens and created a ceasefire.
There's always a way to make peace. Anyway, thank you.
I guarantee you, if every one of those Republicans came home tonight and none of their fucking keys worked, they would make Roe versus Wade the law of the land by Tuesday.
Let's hope that a lot of those Republican leaning maggot women there wake up to that thought that it's women's rights on the ballot this time, baby. It always has been. It's always been everybody's rights. So you can't fight for just one. You have to fight for everybody. Everything matters, baby. Everything matters. Anyway, Asgard, thank you very much for coming by. We enjoyed it. Take care of Spock for us.
He's back asleep now.
Oh, there you go. What a pleasant thought. I put his ass to sleep. There you go. Miss you, Chick, thank you so much for coming in, darling.
You're welcome,
I appreciate
guys.
it so much.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
There you go. Like, share, and subscribe. John Bernal, Blue Dot in Texas, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok, and wherever else we get. Anyway, I remember saying that. Anyway, Miss Chick, thank you. Linda, thank you for coming by tonight, darling. I appreciated the fact that I seen your name down there. I went, wow, look at there. Come on in and talk.
Come on
I will. I'll probably be here Thursday.
Well, we'll be right here.
A lot to say.
Come back on Thursday.
Okay.
All righty. And let me see. DJ. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for coming by. We had a full table tonight. Good conversation. Uh-oh. DJ.
Uh-oh.
I think he's muted.
Uh-oh. Yeah. If he comes back, tell him we talked about him behind his back.
Okay.
And Johnny Fly. Thank you, brother, for coming in. And thank you for letting me know today. For messaging me and let me know he was talking. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I was so proud to see him in my state, and I wanted you to join in the fun.
I could tell by your messages you were pretty excited that he was down there.
Oh, yeah. I wish I could have been there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Next time, maybe. But we all saw it. We all saw him. He was live, baby. So, yeah, we all got to see him. Aussie Dave, thank you.
Yo.
Always a pleasure when you come in, brother. Always a pleasure. We'll be here Thursday.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
If you want to pleasure us again, feel free to come in here and pleasure us all.
Go. I'll bring the cream. You bring the paper, the hand towel.
There you go. Will do, brother. I love you. Thank you for being here. And thank you to everybody in our Facebook family, our YouTube family, for taking the time out to be part of this, for being a part of this conversation that goes on, and for being the kind of people that give a shit about their country. Because that's what we got to convince everybody. You got to give a shit about where you live. Anyway, again, thanks to everybody for being here. Again, try to put that smile on your face, baby. It makes people wonder what the hell you're up to. Why is he so happy? Well, because Joe Biden's kicking ass. Anyway, y'all take care of yourself, and we'll be back here again Thursday. I don't know what I got going on tomorrow. I'm going to try to get a video out, but we'll see what tomorrow brings. Anyway, I love you all for being here. Y'all say good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good night. Be back here on Thursday night for another Blue Dot family meeting. Until then, baby, keep the smile on your face. We'll see you later.